Recently, within the past week or two, there's been some big news for the crypto world. That being the amount of money that's being pumped into the Bitcoin and the crypto market within the last week. Most of it going to Bitcoin, but I'm going to tell you what the rest of the crypto market is doing and what's been happening during this relief rally, because there's hundreds of millions of dollars pouring in, and is it actually changing the sentiment of this bear market? Also, over in Japan, they have been working on a central bank digital currency project since 2021. I'm going to tell you what the latest update is about it that has to do with the general population's thoughts on this programmable money, this central bank digital currency. This is a really interesting one. And in some strange news in the crypto world, a Warren Buffett-backed bank has gone big into cryptocurrency world. I'm going to tell you what just happened to their user base and what Warren Buffett said that he's actually going to be doing with the cash on hand with this bank project. Because if you haven't heard, Warren Buffett is not exactly a fan of Bitcoin and cryptocurrencies, at one point calling it rat poison. Hey everyone, my name is Randy. Welcome back to the Late Night Grind. Right now on this channel, we are covering cryptocurrency news, investment markets, and personal finance. So if any or all these topics interest you, make sure you hit that subscribe button. Join the Late Night Grind community. Of course, don't forget to hit that bell notification icon so that YouTube will send you a notification when I release a new video. And if you do a few things, I'd appreciate it. Smash the thumbs up button and watch the video all the way to the end. Those are some of the best things you can do to support a YouTube channel. So if you do that, I'd greatly appreciate it. All right, guys. Let's jump into it. All right, so let's first start by talking about Bitcoin and the crypto world and how much money is being pumped into this crypto space. Just in the last week alone, the last week of July, there have been over $474 million pumped into the crypto space. Now, Bitcoin has taken the large majority of that. In fact, $84.8 million of that went into Bitcoin. So some major upside inflows of money going into Bitcoin. Ethereum, on the other hand, even though it had a big price upward movement of about $1,300 to $1,800, although it did give some of that back over the previous few days, only saw inflows of about $400,000. Now, Cardano also saw an inflow of about $1.5 million, but all of the rest of the crypto market combined put in the rest of that $300+ million number, many of which barely broke even in terms of inflows. Like I said, Bitcoin took in the majority of that money. Now, what does that mean for the crypto space? Is there actually a turning of sentiment regarding the price in this crypto bear market, this whatever you want to call it, crypto winter, consolidation market? Is there actually an end in sight to this? Did we bottom? Is it on the way up? Well, one of the big factors that a lot of people are looking at is that 200-week moving average, because Bitcoin was below it for several weeks and it just cracked above it, came back and tested it as support twice within the last week, which means it broke above it, and 2 times it bounced off of it as support. It hasn't broken below it, at least as of yet. Right now I'm looking at the dollar, the US dollar, the DXY index, because it looks, according to some of the charts, that dollar might have a little bit of a run in it over the next day or so. And if that's the case, Bitcoin could plummet below that 200-week moving average, but it will probably bounce off of a support trend line that it's been bouncing off of before, and in my opinion will probably go right back above that 200-week moving average, and it's probably going to be waffling back and forth over the next couple of weeks. However, some people say it is about to spike upwards. Guess we'll have to see. Okay, now I want to talk about this project that Warren Buffett's involved in that has to do with cryptocurrencies and how it just exploded. So there is a bank in Brazil. It's known as a challenger bank. The name of it's called Nubank. It's called a challenger bank because it's a very small bank. They're usually more specialty banks. They have more flexible type of products, cheaper rates, things like that. And they started after the year 2009. Now, this bank is backed by Warren Buffett, okay? It now has 45 million users. However, just recently it announced a cryptocurrency-backed project called New Crypto, in which they're going to be allowing their users to buy, sell, and hold cryptocurrencies. Well, within the first month, actually within the first 3 weeks, that product cracked 1 million users of that cryptocurrency project. Now, it's really interesting to see a Warren Buffett-backed project do something like offer cryptocurrencies. You can't imagine if Warren had any say into this that they wouldn't have actually done it. But that's not true. Not only did they go ahead and launch this crypto project, but Warren Buffett said with this project, he's allocating 1% of all the cash on hand for this bank into Bitcoin. Now, this is the same guy that several years ago called Bitcoin and the crypto world rat poison. Well, it looks like he started a bank for rat poison. So let me know in the comment section down below, is somebody like Warren Buffett actually starting to turn a little bit, or is he just seeing this as basically an opportunist view, and he's like, you know what, if these people are going to jump into crypto, I might as well make a quick dime off of it. Let me know in the comments section down below what you think. All right, so now let's talk about central bank digital currencies. This one specifically, the one they were working on in Japan. So the news that just came out the other day, and this is a big headline, because the Central Bank of Japan recently decided that the CBDC project they were working on, they're not going to move forward with it. They're going to shelve it. Why? Because they say the general public had no interest in it. Gee, you don't say. I don't think general public is going to have a big interest in central bank digital currencies at all anywhere. It's more about the government forcing it on their people like they do in China. So why is Japan shelving it? Well, apparently last year they started doing some feasibility tests in which they said it technically could be feasible to do what they want. They also did a few other studies in terms of logistics, and the last part of their study had to do with use and acceptance from the general public, which got basically all negative feedback and no interest at all from the public's point of view wanting to use a central bank digital currency. Now, they didn't specifically say it, but I'm guessing that a very tech-forward country like Japan probably already knows the dangers of a central bank digital currency, the fact that it's programmable money, among other things. Now, this report cited the widespread use of things like credit cards and all kinds of digital payment options that the citizens of Japan like to use. They also mentioned how the public likes things like loyalty rewards, different points that they can earn by using certain credit cards or different payment options, and that the fact that you can't really do that with a central bank digital currency, and so they prefer using these other payment methods. These other payment methods are extremely popular in Japan, which makes sense because Japan is so tech forward and so tech progressive that any kind of a digital payment medium would be popular. But the fact that they push back against this cryptocurrency, a central bank digital currency, cryptocurrency, is very telling. And the fact that the Central Bank of Japan actually shelved it, at least for the time being, is somewhat eye-opening. Now, the Bank of Japan also said that, listen, we've worked with this project, but it doesn't look like we'll be launching a CBDC anytime in the near future. That is a breath of fresh air for many different countries to hear it, that a tech progressive country like Japan is actually pushing back and saying, you know what, nope, it's not time. There's no way we want this right now. There's too many other options that work perfectly fine. Now, they did cite things like CBDCs using too much energy compared to credit cards and other payment options, which of course isn't true. The Bitcoin community can easily push back on that and tell you that that's not true at all. That pretty much all legacy banking and payment sectors use far more energy than anything in the cryptocurrency world. So nonetheless, that is making headlines, but let me know in the comment section down below if you think other countries are actually going to follow suit and try to push back on a CBDC, a central bank digital currency. In fact, let me know your thoughts on CBDCs in the comment section down below. All right, guys, if you are new to this channel, please consider subscribing and also check out the community tab. I put up polls up there on a weekly and almost a daily basis because I'd love to know what you guys think about the stories that I cover on this channel, as well as some of the headline stories around the industry, as well as some of the macroeconomic issues. So if you haven't participated in any of them yet, go ahead and check out the new ones. All right, guys, thank you so much for watching this video all the way to the end, for smashing that thumbs up button. And as always, I'll see you guys on the next video.